The Cedar Rapids Community School District is proud to congratulate the class of 2014 and to recognize the academic accomplishments of all of our graduates. Each commencement ceremony celebrates an educational journey of growth and discovery and opens the door to new and exciting adventures in lifelong learning. To the graduates of Jefferson, Kennedy Metro, and Washington High Schools, we say, congratulations.
Good evening. I am Dr. David Brown, proud principal of Metro High School, and I want to welcome all families, friends, and administrators to the Metro Spring 2014 graduation ceremony. Please, for the duration of the ceremony, turn your cell phones off so we can enjoy our celebration of our Metro graduates. Thank you. Metro staff, please rise. I would like to recognize the Metro staff for the steadfast commitment that they have made in educating our students tonight. Thank you so much, Metro. If you are a member of the Cedar Rapids Community School District Administration or School Board, would you please stand? Thank you. Metro stands for Mastering Educational Tasks Regardless of Obstacles. Our mission at Metro is easy. We are always working positively to set goals, earn a high school diploma, and be successful in life while respecting individuality and creativity. We attempt to transform a student's life academically and expose them to positive life choices. We hope at Metro that you will see in yourselves as a phoenix that rises out of the ashes anew with life and vigor. Earlier today, I received news that a great phoenix, personified by Maya Angelou, had left our world at the age of 86. However, I know that her fingerprint on our world still lives on with her words. To honor this great phoenix, I would like to share 5 pieces of wisdom for all, and especially those graduates. Graduates, please remember, as Maya would say, nothing can dim the light which shines from within. Number 2, nothing will work unless you do. Number 3, if you don't like something, change it. If you can't change it, change your attitude. Don't complain. Number 4, people will forget what you said, people will forget what you did, but people will never forget what you made them feel. And last but not least, while one may encounter many defeats, one must not be defeated. You Metro graduates have a great life ahead of you. Be good, like the citizens we know you can be. I will now like to start by asking our first graduate to come. Taylor Kelly.
This is a little tall for Taylor. Yeah. All right, I'm Tara Tracer, and I'm joined on stage with Taylor and then her advisor, Shannon Ellis. Though she be but little, she is fierce. Taylor, for those in your circle of trust, you are fiercely protective. Your family, friends, and pets know no limit to what you will do for them. We know that you love deeply, care greatly, and have a plan in your life to make a difference, not only in your life, but in the lives of those around you. When I think of our many conversations, what will always stay with me is your honesty, genuineness, and amazing power of observation. During one of our class surveys, you took a personality type quiz that identified you as dependable, goal-oriented, and stable. The other side of that was how others may see you. And when we talked about those, you laughed because you can be a bit stubborn and definitely don't like to waste time. One of your teachers recently shared your slight obsession with earning 100% in her class since you discovered Canvas. This would be your thoroughness. For one of your scholarship essays, you opened up to the committee, and I think to yourself about how you have changed. Until my senior year, I never really saw myself attending college. You identified losses that changed life, changed you. Despite what others told you about the importance of graduation, you didn't see that as important. You stopped going to classes and began working. A small paycheck helped you realize that something needed to happen in your life. You set the goal of graduating with your class, this class of 2014. Congratulations. Nice and simple. So proud of you.
And there you go. Thank you. Yep, congratulations to you.
Michaela Barnes.
Hi, I'm Stacy Mangridge, joined on stage with Tara and our graduate, Michaela. Writing this speech was hard for me, not because I have known Michaela for a long time and there are too many memories, but because I have known her for such a short time and she has really left her mark. Michaela is a very quiet and shy person until she gets to know you, and well then, oh boy, watch out. When she first began at Metro during the winter term, she was very timid. I remember thinking to myself, man, she's really quiet and sweet. As she began to warm up in career connections with Shannon and Tara, and with myself in the Learning Center, we started to see a more spunkier, spirited, and full of life young lady. She would jump into the conversation and add her thoughts and opinions. She definitely is an honest person that will tell you like it is, but in a way to limit hurting your feelings. A characteristic I hope she maintains throughout life. Michaela prefers to stay in her comfort zone, which is surrounded by those she feels comfortable with. However, Michaela can always be counted on to jump in and assist, which oftentimes requires her to move out of her comfort zone. This has been witnessed with her involvement in career connections, Rotary luncheons, and attending the African American Conference at UNI. Moving out of her comfort zone is something I hope she continues to do throughout life. For it is only when we push and challenge ourselves that we truly learn and grow. Michaela is also very passionate about her family and helping the elderly. When her family needs her, she's there for them. I know that they are very proud of her graduating tonight, just as I am. As for the elderly, Michaela has worked at a nursing home for some time now. To continue down that path, she is currently taking the CNA course. She has shown tremendous maturity in her ability to balance school, work, and her CNA course. It is this maturity and drive that I know will allow Michaela to be successful. Congratulations and good luck. Love you. Keep in touch. All right. Here's your sweet honey. Congratulations. Love you. Tay Lipscomb.
Right.
In our lives, we meet many people. Some of them are facing battles we cannot imagine. With each battle, there are choices: give up, give in, and allow it to completely change us or come back stronger. When I first met Tay, I met someone who came back stronger. Little did I know what I was in for. Oftentimes, it is her way or no way, and for that, I sympathize with your family. But I wouldn't want Tay any other way. She is curious and full of questions. She is honest, sometimes too much, and very knowledgeable. When it came to write this speech, I knew I couldn't find the words to express my sincerest admiration for the strength that Tay has demonstrated. The smiles came more freely, and so does the laughter. These are the gifts that are invaluable. As you continue, remember that there is nothing that can hold you back. You are Tay.
Hey, I'm really proud to be able to give that to you.
Darian Mashik.
Come on up. Yeah, you got to sit up here. Come on up. Well, we got all kinds of stuff for you. All right. So good evening, everyone. It's my pleasure to speak for Darian this evening. As Darian's advisor, my responsibility was to help chart a course towards graduation. This turned out to be relatively smooth because of Darian's school attendance and class participation. The excellent school skills, in turn, meant more opportunities for Darian to earn credit and become a successful member of our Metro family. Tara and I were elated to have Darian participate in our Career Connections class fall term. This is a course designed to introduce students to the many options they have related to college and career. We also work to connect students to community resources and network with professionals in the corridor. Now, Darian was an integral part in the development of our Metro Chocolate Company at the beginning of the year and participated in the production and distribution of around about 800 candy bars. And that's all out of our class project. Darian even worked to deal with his grandfather to purchase a large number of candy bars from us, and thank you for that. Yep. Around Metro, one of our goals is to model and encourage students to exhibit CR² behavior. That is, caring, respect, and responsibility. Darian was an excellent role model of these attributes, which is one of the reasons teachers in the building liked having you in class. Your academic ability had something to do with that also. I think Amy really appreciated your discussions around foreign policy and fourth hour government. Like many of our students at Metro, Darian is very curious about the world, and his interest in music, computer science, and Japanese language and culture will continue to drive his desire in learning beyond high school. As you prepare for college and career, remember the supports you have here at Metro and the support that you already received from your family and friends that are here tonight to celebrate with you. Congratulations. Good luck with your future. There you go. That's for you too. Our next graduate, Rivers. Rivers Rossi. There you go. All right. Oh, nice. Are we going to go to the other side now?
Do you want him over there? Is this good? Is this good? Good evening. My name is Ben Sparbos. I teach language arts at Metro. Rivers asked me to speak for him tonight, and while I am deeply honored to have been chosen, I must admit that I don't really know him all that well. He's only a Metro student for 2 terms. I had him in class twice. I did learn that he was a very quiet, polite, and respectful student, but since that class consisted entirely of quiet reading, I didn't really get to know him much beyond those general descriptions. However, I've never let ignorance keep me from speaking with authority. One thing about Rivers that was immediately apparent was his love of reading, in particular the fantasy genre. Now, I know a little bit about fantasy novels and have decided that I will use my time here to instruct Rivers on the finer points of life as taught to us by fantasy. Fantasy novels take place in distant lands and in long ago times and are usually medieval based. There are 5 major types of characters, each with their general strengths. the fighter, the mage, the cleric, the druid, and the thief. Rivers, as you move on in life, remember the lessons these characters provide. Be like the fighter. Use your strength, skills, and strategies to solve any problems that arise. Be like the cleric. Use your abilities to heal yourself when you are hurt physically or emotionally, and use these abilities to help those that are close to you. Be like the druid. Respect your close connection to nature and bear reverence for all living things. Transform into an animal when necessary. Be like the mage. Use your intelligence to determine which character to be in any given situation. Increase this intelligence through fierce study of all academic areas. And finally, be like the thief. Use your cunning and your intelligence to bypass traps in your life. Just don't, be a literal thief. Nobody likes a thief. Rivers, the way I see it, if you could remember these lessons that fantasy fiction imparts, you'll have no limit to success in your future. You have great potential, and with proper focus and efforts, you will make your goals realities. And if worse comes to worse, you can always find a dragon and steal its gold. But only as a last resort, those things are pretty fierce. Congratulations and best wishes. Sean Moore, please.
Thank you. I'm honored tonight to be on stage with Sean Moore, and you've already met Ben, and you'll hear a little bit more about him here in a sec. Ben's a lot taller than me. I'm Teresa. I've had the pleasure of being Sean's advisor over the years after Jim Jacobmeyer retired. But Ben has been his LA teacher as well as a real mentor for Sean, and we're here to honor him. So let's talk about when you arrived at Metro in August of 2010. 4 years ago, 4 years of high school here, and one that maybe didn't work out so well before you arrived. You've had a few changes at Metro. Advisor, living situations, class changes, schedule changes, job changes, changes in principal, but Ben and I agree most significantly, a change within yourself about the importance of education and connections to a better future. We spent a few terms in life together, no pun intended, and service learning, where you began to take responsibility for your learning and better understand how you learn. Changing what you thought about a place called school, shifted your feelings about attending, and putting energy into the experience. You really began to do your best more consistently. And after enrolling in Ben's LA classes, you were given the opportunity to explore your passions, your fears, and desires through literature on any given day. I would imagine some lively discussion was in there as well. In your words, Ben can make a book come to life. He's like a modern-day Shakespeare. I've heard you tell underclassmen more than once how important it is to come to school and get involved. Aren't you glad that you figured that out? You have a love of music and can frequently be found with an earbud in during breaks or lunch, jamming to some band you enjoy. I appreciate that although the three of us standing here share a love of music, you learned that all lyrics needed to be sung out loud. We call that using your social filter, a life skill that comes in handy in many situations. But Ben and I, along with others, agree. You're just a good guy, Sean, with a kind heart and a genuine desire to do what you can to make the world a better place. Your morning rounds in the building before school starts, greeting staff and other students truly reflects the connections you've made here at Metro. We are family here. We will miss this part of our day with you. Your dedication to our service learning class and the purple tassel on your cap speaks volumes to your overall character and ability to empathize with others. In service learning, you became a mentor to other students over the years and trained more than one on not only how to deliver Meals on Wheels, but how to develop a rapport with the clients. We encourage you to stay involved in your community positively through volunteering. You are a natural. But finally, I asked you to complete a final reflection regarding your tenure at Metro. Stacy assisted with making sure this gets done. Little did you know that you would be helping me write your speech. So this is for the Metro staff from Sean, and I quote, "When I am here, I feel like I'm somebody. Thank you for everything that you have done for me. You guys gave me hope and confidence when I couldn't even find it in myself. Thank you for never giving up on me. I can only repay everyone by taking what I've learned here and use it to make my life better. Thank you, staff, for helping me and saving me from my own destruction. Sean's advice to other students is pretty simple. Don't ever feel alone, because if you go to Metro, you're never alone. Sean, I know your family is proud of you. We are too. Monday, you begin a full-time job and enter a new and exciting phase of your life. In your words, take what you have learned and build a good life. Of course, you're always welcome back at Metro. In fact, I believe you're coming in tomorrow to attend a field trip. Congratulations. Denzel Robinson, please.
We gotta bring it for this young man. He's waiting for Aaron to get up here too. Okay. All right. All right. So Denzel, as we well know, and then Aaron Payne Christensen, and I'm Tara. Some people are born to make a difference. Denzel is one of those people. When individuals are provided a second chance, they can take that opportunity or follow the same path. Denzel took a second chance and has worked to make a change. He once told me that he never used to be the good kid. But all we have seen at Metro is a young man wanting to get on with his life and do great things. He is passionate, positive, energetic, and full of personality. He takes great thought in his work and is willing to take the extra time outside of class to have a quality product. It has been a joy seeing you step up your game in style since working at Kohl's. Your style is so much more than clothes, as you bring it in everything you do. Walking through the hallway, singing a song, joking with friends, or even planning a fundraiser. Denzel, thank you for making Metro classy. Brian Cullum.
Good evening. My name is Melinda Wilcox, and I'm joined on stage by Brian and Aaron, and Brian has made his entrance. Brian enrolled at Metro when he was a freshman. So for the last several years, we have all gotten to know how personable Brian can be. I want to share some of Brian's amazing qualities, but first you need to know something about Brian. Sleep is probably the very most important thing to Brian. Many staff can attest to Brian's sleep or lack of sleep attributes. When Brian has had a full night's sleep, he is unstoppable and amazing and unbelievable in the classroom. He is smart, he asks good questions, he's a deep thinker, he works best alone, he enjoys working with his hands like in woodshop, he knows himself, he knows what he needs assistance with, he is caring and kind to others, he is funny, he's very funny, he has great jokes and stories, he loves his family dearly, and he knows right from wrong. But if Brian is tired, then learning comes after sleeping. I cannot tell you how many emails I received from staff alerting me to the fact that Brian was either dozing or snoring in their class. So because there were a few days that were non-productive or sleeping, it took Brian a teeny bit longer to finish his diploma. But I believe this extra time at Metro has helped Brian figure out what is most important in his life. Number one, always be kind and caring to others and follow the golden rule. Number two, work hard for your goals. I have a quote from Brian tonight because he said it best. The best day of your life is when you decide that your life is your own. Brian, you were born to greatness. You have a mission in life, and your life is your own. Pursue your mission. I am really proud of you. Congratulations.
Bianca Taylor. There's a system. You'll be fine. Good evening. My name is Erin Payne Christensen, and with me on stage are Heather Trilk and our graduate, Bianca Taylor. Last summer, Bianca and I spent 9 straight days together. We both bravely ventured out of our comfort zones and onto an outdoor ed trip. We saw bears, camped in tents, hiked up hills. We ate s'mores, took pictures, and watched geysers erupt. All of these cool things made it a great trip, but getting to know Bianca and the other students made it an awesome experience. I think of this trip and these students often. Even a year later, little things pop into my mind. For example, this weekend, I was reading a book by Malcolm Gladwell. Gladwell discusses how family, culture, and friendship each play a role in an individual's success. As I read this, a particular young woman came to mind, Bianca. She is a young woman who will find success in the world. These 3 areas, family, culture, and friendship, are areas in which Bianca is strongly rooted. Bianca's family is large and tight-knit. I've been lucky enough to meet Dad, Mom, and Grandma, and they are strong supporters of Bianca. Grandma, in fact, came early in the morning to send us off on last summer's trip, bringing bags of goodies and making sure Bianca had a comfortable pillow. Bianca is able to immerse herself in a variety of different social cultures. She has an amazing ability to move between and among different social groups because of her demeanor and her attitude. She reads people well and genuinely cares about them. Bianca will always have strong friendships. This is because of the type of friend she is to others. Her kindness is as powerful as her smile. She puts people at ease and exudes warmth and trust. B, I am so excited to be up on stage with you tonight. I am so pleased to see you in a cap and gown. I'm so happy to know you've earned your diploma and are ready for the next step in life. Congratulations. Our next graduate is Sage Collins Wright. I'm joined on stage by Mark Grolution and our graduate, Sage Collins Wright. Yesterday, as I was preparing for this speech, I asked Sage if she remembered the first time we met. She replied, "I probably didn't talk to you," which was correct. She didn't talk to me, and in fact, it took a few more meetings to get much out of her. But the fact that Sage didn't speak to me was not what stood out in my mind as I recalled our first interaction. I'm not quite sure why, but I distinctly remember meeting Sage. Her older sister was an advisee of mine, and after a particularly rough day, I'd taken her older sister home. She and I were sitting at Grandma's kitchen table when Sage came and sat with us. During the next hour or so, as I sat there, Sage never said a word. She just looked at me with the stare she's perfected. Now, 2 years later, I'm pleased to tell you that Sage and I talk on a regular basis. She has done some big things while at Metro. things that have pushed her comfort levels, challenged her outlook, and changed her beliefs. She's grown a lot and has taken huge steps. But I know that whenever I think of her, I'll remember her sitting at Grandma's kitchen table. Because no matter where her dreams take her, no matter how far her plans lead her, I know that she will always have that connection to family. I'm fine. Here at Metro, we sometimes refer to our Metro family. The Metro family is much like Sage's family. Sage's family is big and tight-knit. So are we. Sage's family lets you know when you mess up, but they make sure you are all right. So do we. Sage, I think much like your family, the Metro family has challenged you, encouraged you, and supported you. Tonight, I know that both of your families are so very, very proud. Congratulations. Our next graduate is Tamara Beatty.
I'm Heather Trilk, and I'm joined on stage with Bev Grindeman-Adams and Tamara. Tamara enrolled at Metro during the 2010-2011 school year. Bev was lucky enough to have her as an advisee, but I was fortunate to have Tamara in class during almost every trimester she was a Metro student. And even though I often had to have her remind me how to spell her name, we connected immediately. Tonight, Tamara is a high school graduate, and she has worked hard to get here, but her most important work started 2.5 years ago. Tamara is a mother to a beautiful, smart little girl, Tanaya. I was pregnant with my second child when Tamara started at Metro, so being a mom has always been something we had in common. Tamara, while I was thinking about your speech, I wanted to tell you how I think being a mom has prepared you for life after high school. Kids can give you sleepless nights. So will life. Kids help you become very good at negotiating. So will life. Sometimes kids make you think, what the heck have I done? So will life. You often have to clean up other people's messes. That's the same in life too. I know you will be successful in life because I have seen you be so successful as a mom. I'm proud of you. Your family is proud of you. And I know that although she can't tell you it tonight, Tanaya is especially proud of you. Congratulations. Michaela Townsend. I am joined on stage with Dawn Bozak and our graduate, Michaela. Michaela comes into my room every morning to check in with me. This morning when she came in, I asked her how she was feeling, and she said sad, which made both of us break into tears. I tried to tell her that this is what she had worked so hard to accomplish, and this is a happy day, so I'm going to try and keep the tears at a minimum. Tonight is about celebrating how far you have come. Michaela is caring and dedicated and hardworking. She is funny and social and maybe just a little boy crazy. She is also a beautiful young woman, even though she doesn't believe that about herself. I would often come into my room and see various makeup items scattered around my desk that she had left. Mascara, eyeliner, eyeshadow,
nail polish. She would often need to head to the bathroom to make sure that things hadn't smeared and to ensure that she always looked beautiful. Michaela and I connected immediately. Maybe it was because I too was a little boy crazy as a teenager, or because I too wear a lot of black eyeliner. But regardless of why we connected, she has always been my positive. She has always been my pride, and she has always been beautiful to me. Michaela, you may think that you need all of these things to be beautiful, but trust me when I say that beauty comes from within, and you are beautiful. Haley Lancashire.
Hello, I'm joined on stage with the graduate Haley and her advisor, Mary. On August 30th, 2012, Haley came to Metro High School and wrote, "My hopes and dreams are to complete high school and go to college to study psychology." 2 years later, on May 2nd, 2014, Haley wrote, "I hope the staff remembers me as the young, intelligent lady that kept trying for herself no matter how tough things got for me." Well, I think it is safe to say that Haley's hopes and dreams have become reality. Haley is registered to start college in the fall to study psychology, and we all know that this young, intelligent lady will continue to work hard for herself and for her daughter, Malia. Now, we could talk about the doors that were slammed shut and all the doors still to be knocked on, but Haley has been there, done that, and will continue to do what she needs to do. Tonight, on this stage, we want to focus on Haley's core to success. Haley is funny. On a daily basis, Haley would tease staff. She likes to joke around and laugh, whether through a giggle or a solid LOL. She enjoyed being in school, as it was a time for her to be just a kid. She took advantage of seeing her friends and getting to know teachers. Through her positive attitude, she discovered she loved classes she once used to dread. She opened her mind to new beginnings and new learnings. She excelled in areas where she did not feel success before. Haley's humor has helped her to form relationships with staff, and as a result, there is mutual respect and appreciation. Staff appreciates Haley for recognizing education makes a difference and for her hard work. Haley respects staff for working hard to make a difference in her education. Haley, as you move on, you will continue to have doors slammed shut, jammed, or even locked. Just take a deep breath and remember your core. Your smile and sense of humor is irresistible and contagious. And that leads to your positive attitude, which leads to having an open mind to learning new things, which helps form relationships with people that will want to help you. And that, my dear, is the key to success. Your core is the master key that will open so many doors. So don't lose it. Congratulations, Haley. Becca Allinger.
I am joined on stage with Mary Cruz and then Becca, as we have heard yelled out. That's good. So, if a D is placed in front of her initials, we have D-R-A-M-A, drama. Knowing Becca, this is sometimes the case. But it's not that she's always causing the drama. It's because if there is a crisis or something going on with anyone, pet, I think we've all been offered kittens, or a friend, she is there to help, doing what she can to make the situation better for all those involved. I firmly believe that Becca is in practice for her future. With plans to train as an Army combat medic, she will need to be prepared and ready for all circumstances. While always being ready will be part of Becca's life, I think it was just at the right time that Becca came to Metro. She was ready for a fresh start and willing to trust us that we all had the same goal, graduation. Although we had the same goal, sometimes you seem to have a little more going on in your life, and school wasn't a place you would commit to all day. I would see you in the morning, and then my class would start, and you wouldn't be in there. A few texts later, it would all be figured out, and we would start the next day. And each time she reassured me, I'm good. It's good, Tara. Becca, I'm so glad to have been your advisor and gotten to know you. As you join the Army, I hope for safe travels and safe returns. Congratulations.
You did it. Lots of giggles. That's good, honey. There you go. Congratulations, babe.
Sierra Roth.
Good evening. I am Ann Hoffman, and Tara and I are joined on stage by our graduate, Sierra Roth. Sierra is a kind and sensitive person, always available to provide a caring ear to a friend or classmate who needs to talk. The attention and empathy that she gives to others spreads beyond just her family, friends, and classmates, and into the care and love that she has for animals. In the time we have known each other, I have enjoyed hearing about her pets at home, benefited from advice that she gives to me about my sometimes delinquent cats, and listen in amazement when she talks about her work training dogs and taking them to flyball competitions. One story that captures her dedication to caring for other living creatures happened on this fall's canoe trip and was told to me by Mary Vizecki. On one of the first nights of the trip, students found a turtle nest on a sandbar and were delighted to see about a dozen ping-pong ball-sized eggs in the nest. One egg actually hatched in Sierra's hand. Feeling immediately protective, she moved the eggs closer to the water's edge so that the turtles would have a shorter journey once born. She dug a new hole and staked out the area around it with sticks to make sure that the eggs would be secure. Those were her turtles, and she wanted to make sure that they were well cared for. In addition to the very caring nature that this story shows, Sierra is also very bright and excelled in many subjects at Metro. One of Sierra's academic abilities is getting tasks done very quickly. If there is something that she has to do, but she really doesn't want to do it, Sierra has the intelligence to figure out the shortest, fastest way to get that work done at an acceptable level. This is not necessarily a bad quality to have, it's just that we know Sierra absolutely has the ability to work at an outstanding academic level. Sierra, our hope for you as you move forward is that you tackle all your work at the outstanding level that you have shown you are capable of achieving. I think this will happen very naturally for you as you move forward in your studies at Kirkwood in the Vet Tech program. Your extraordinary abilities, your love for animals, and your care to make this world a better place will allow you to demonstrate work at a level that is above and beyond even your own expectations. Congratulations. Alicia Young. Tara and I are now joined on stage by our graduate, Alicia Young. Alicia has been a student and my advisee at Metro for the last 2.5 years. For the last 3 terms, Alicia was first pretty close to graduation, and then really close to graduation, and then this last term unbelievably close to graduation. Some students and advisors may have become stressed and worried about if and when her graduation date would actually arrive. However, I don't think that either of us ever really did get anxious about Alicia finishing her credits. Each of us knew that Alicia would graduate, and we never doubted her abilities, nor her dedication to her future success. Alicia is an excellent student who has shown academic focus both in the classroom and when working independently. She is someone who has the internal drive to be able to set her mind to a goal and then work towards that goal. During her time at Metro, Alicia went through some significant life changes involving living situations, family, and relationships. She always faced decisions and changes with a quiet maturity and grace that is fairly unusual for people her age. She talked out decisions in a thoughtful and rational way and was always able to do what was right for her. Alicia, you are an inspiring young woman. You have a good head on your shoulders, and you have this ability to place value on the care and time you give to others, while also still making sure that you are taking care of yourself too. You are a positive person who does not let negative circumstances get in the way of your determination. You are bright, you are a hard worker, and I know that you will accomplish whatever you set your mind to. You set your sights on graduation this term, you did it, and I am so very happy for you. Congratulations. Tara Adair. Aaron and I are joined on stage by our graduate, Tara Adair. Last week, Tara was not able to attend senior reception, where she was recognized with 3 awards, including 1 scholarship. Tonight, I would like to tell you a little bit about these awards and about Tara. Tara received the CR Squared Award, nominated by Metro staff members who have seen her demonstrate a caring, respectful, and responsible attitude while at Metro. What a fitting acknowledgement. I have never heard her say an unkind word to or about anyone. She is thoughtful. She is a thoughtful, kind person who treats those around her with respect at all times. She takes responsibility for herself and her actions and has consistently shown maturity beyond her years. Tara received additional recognition through a Gear Up Scholarship, a program that she's been involved in since middle school. She's an intelligent young woman with good academic skills, and I think this scholarship will really be the boost that Tara needs to further her education. She's able to use this scholarship as she enrolls at Kirkwood and can reapply for it each year that she is enrolled, so we encourage her to stay connected with the Gear Up program. Tara also received recognition for her work in women's empowerment, a class that quickly became very important to her. At senior reception, Tara's teacher, Kat McDermott, shared a powerful quote from C. Joy Bell C. that we wanted to share here again tonight. The strength of a woman is not measured by the impact that all her hardships in life have had on her, but the strength of a woman is measured by the extent of her refusal to allow those hardships to dictate her and who she becomes. Tara, I think that this quote speaks to your journey in life and at Metro. You have not always had easy circumstances, and you have encountered some hardships in life that really would have derailed some people. However, your personal strength of character has allowed you to move forward as an even stronger and more secure woman. While we are very proud of your accomplishments at Metro, we are even more excited about your potential to have a happy and successful life after high school. Congratulations. Courtney DeBerger.
Every graduate deserves a good speech. Courtney here demanded a great one. in her words, which is tough because I don't think I was the first choice for Courtney's speaker, but her advisor, Ann Hoffman, was not a guarantee to be able to attend tonight's ceremony, and Courtney, rather than leave things up to chance, took the initiative to choose her plan B well in advance of tonight. And if this speech gets any kind of a theme, let it be that. Courtney took the initiative. There have been students on this stage, and I won't name names, who took quite a bit of corralling and coaxing and outright threats to get their work done and get their diploma. Courtney was never that student. She was motivated from the first moments of arriving here to finish up her schooling and get on with her life. And it is my extreme pleasure to say that not only did she get her work done, she did so with the utmost maturity and respect. She is just a genuinely nice young lady to have in class. One small test I had to get a gauge on what kind of a person someone is when you ask them how they're doing, they ask you how you're doing. A small thing, granted, but so many of us are focused solely on ourselves that it sometimes is hard to inquire into the well-being of others. Courtney cares about other people, sincerely and truly. And while almost anyone can learn facts and figures and mathematical formulas in school, it's very hard to teach the level of empathy and understanding that Courtney demonstrates. Without trying, without thinking, without a hope for recognition, Courtney cares for other people. However, while I am quite fond of my own words, it would be a disservice to Courtney to not let her speak for herself. In a final writing assignment, Courtney wrote, "High school goes by in the blink of an eye if you enjoy the atmosphere you're in. After I got sent to Metro, I was finally happy in a school. I felt if I blinked, I would wake up and be back in Kennedy High School and out of the school that I have grown to love, the school that showed me how possible it is to graduate, and I am pretty proud to say that I, Courtney DeBurger, am graduating from Metro High School." Courtney, as proud as you are for your graduation, understand that we at Metro are more proud of your accomplishments. There are days that make working at our school harder than others. To know that there are students like you taking full advantage of the opportunities we provide makes all those hard days worthwhile. So thank you for reminding me that this job is so much more than a job. We all know that your future holds amazing potential, and I'm intensely pleased to know that you also know that this is true. Whatever you end up doing with your life, maintain your passion for learning and your respect for yourself, and you'll do well. Congratulations. Reggie Sellers, please.
I'm joined on stage with Reggie, our graduate, and Ben. I have begun to realize that Reggie has two sides to himself. One side is what I have seen here at Metro for the past couple of years. That would be the extremely quiet, shy, serious Reggie. Most of the time, as an advisor, my advisees openly share about their lives, and oftentimes some very personal information. With Reggie, that was not the case. I could hardly get him to say hi. I never really had Reggie in class, so advisor group was pretty much my only interaction with him. He would come in, sit down by himself, and either lay his head down or pull out his phone to play a game. If I tried to have a conversation with him, his responses were very short and quiet. Trying to get him to smile was worse than pulling teeth. Ben, on the other hand, Reggie's language arts teacher, his entire time at Metro, would at times see a side of Reggie I had not. As Reggie was always nice, respectful, and mature, in class when he was challenged with a task that he felt was too hard, unpleasant, or not really worth his time, the stubborn resistance would surface. Ben would often challenge Reggie to push himself and work to his potential. Remember, Reggie, people will push you to be better because they care and know you're capable. Reggie then surprised me last school year when instead of registering back at Metro, he returned to Washington. After a term there, he was back with me, and I couldn't have been happier. Again, I had the quiet, shy, introverted Reggie. Though gradually, I started to see a difference. He would just pop in after school and chat. It was very brief, but I would take whatever I could get. He started to open up more, and during advisor group was much livelier. This school year, I've met the other side of Reggie, the one who smiles, is outgoing, and funny. He was a part of Metro's basketball team. He had signed up to be a part of the Phoenix Council, something he would have never done in the past. He attended the African American Conference at UNI and has been meeting regularly with his recruiter as he heads to basic training in the fall. Reggie, I'm very proud of you, as I know your family is too. I hope that you have thanked them for all of their support. Continue to set goals for yourself and don't give up when it is hard, as I know basic training will be. Congratulations, and I look forward to hearing how you're doing in the future. Glenda Williams.
Okay. There are so many things that I could say that I did struggle with where to begin. The trip to the stage for Glenda has not been boring. What I learned as an advisor from Glenda, oh, no, we don't.
Yeah, you're never shy. You are never shy.
Who is this? Okay, Dad is serious. He's gonna come up and hurt me. Okay. All right, so what I learned, food is an amazing motivator for Glenda. Specific expectations are necessary. That smile, oh, let's see it. That smile usually says it all. Going to class doesn't always mean going right to class. If Glenda says she is finna do it, she's gonna do it on her own time. What I hope Glenda learned as my advisee, listen to Tara, listen to Mom and Dad. Sometimes life isn't fair. Take responsibility for your actions. Be honest. Choose your battles because many are not really worth it. And if you forget all else, just think, what would Tara do? This is an amazing, talented young lady who needs to focus on herself, and she can do great things. Congratulations. Brandon Galley Jordan.
Hello, everyone. My name is Chris, and I'm met on stage with Tara Tracer. And we would like to take this time to recognize the graduate, Brandon Galley Jordan. Brandon, at the beginning of term 3, you walked into Metro High School not knowing fully what to expect. You envisioned a future that involved graduating high school, and you took every advantage of that opportunity. You worked hard within the classroom in completing your assignments. You were polite, respectful, and you advocated for yourself by asking staff for help when needed. Now you can stand here on the stage tonight as a high school graduate. I'm grateful to have had the opportunity of getting to know you this past term. I hope that you continue to make solid decisions that will lead you down a path of success and reward. I hope that you surround yourself with great people who will keep you grounded and provide you some kind of support in facing life's challenges. Brandon, I hope you truly take this time to celebrate this accomplishment that you have achieved tonight and realize that in order to create momentum for yourself, it usually just takes a moment. Brandon, this is that moment. Congratulations and best of luck as you move forward from tonight. We're proud of you. Next up, Mitchell Lickup.
The great mime Marcel Marceau once said, I did not rehearse that, which I think pretty much sums up the Mitch that I got to know at Metro. Though getting to know Mitch is a lot like getting to know a moonbeam, or even more accurate, the shadow of a ghost of a vague description of a moonbeam once dreamed about in a far-off memory. You see, Mitch just doesn't really seem to talk, which is weird because that's pretty much all I do. Teddy Roosevelt once said, "Speak softly and carry a big stick." And while Mitch doesn't carry a stick around with him, that would just be weird, he has this presence about him, and that presence speaks louder than words. He was obviously pleased to be in school and was never anything other than polite and focused and productive in classes. He just simply didn't speak. I think he took pride in that. I don't honestly think I've heard him say more than 3 words. And to his credit, I still feel like I know him. In literature, we sometimes say that there are elements that are significant in their absence. Mitch has significance in his lack of speaking. He has a very pronounced presence. He speaks without words, communicates his appreciation and respect and dedication simply by existing. His sense of style, his demeanor, the way he carries himself speaks volumes about the kind of person he is. So while I can say that I'm sad I didn't get to know him better, I can also say that I think I know him pretty well. He's polite and respectful. He has a great sense of humor. He's intelligent and intellectual. He reads constantly. He looks good in hats that most people just look silly wearing. And he's appreciative of the chance this building gave him to finish his school. Some other guy said, better to remain silent and be thought a fool than to speak out and remove all doubt. Mitch, I hope that you're not remaining silent out of fear of being a fool. Unless I miss my guess, hiding in the silence is a truly smart, capable young man, and I hope that, as you move forward, you speak your mind, proving to yourself that you have the capabilities to be a strong, productive member of society and to realize the dreams and goals that you have set for yourself. Congratulations. Caleb Koenigsfeld, please. Okay, so let me start off by saying, on behalf of Caleb's advisor, Matt, and the rest of the Metro staff, it is very refreshing to see Caleb where he is supposed to be. With any luck, he won't wander off before I'm done speaking. But seeing as how that's a pretty tall order, I'll make this brief. With some students, we have them for such a short time that it is hard to adequately summarize their time at Metro. Caleb here, however, has the opposite problem. It seems like he's been a student with us for at least 7 years. It's pretty hard to imagine our hallways without him lazily strolling through them. I'm pretty sure that I had Caleb in his first hour class in his first term at Metro, and I'm pretty sure I remember thinking, here's a kid that does not want to be here, does not want anything to do with this place, and is going to work super hard to let us all know it. To say he had a chip on his shoulder is an understatement. But to his credit, the Caleb that is standing on the stage is a totally different Caleb. He came to realize that, once he got over his initial resentment, there were some really useful people and ideas that this school could provide him. And, to make it more impressive, he committed himself to making those people work for him. This term, he retook that same class he started with me, and he was able to show me very clearly just how far he has come as a student and to demonstrate his true academic potential. Now, I don't want to give the impression that he fell in love with learning and education. We had to force him to stop working in classes. His strengths came out in other areas. He is hardworking, provided he is motivated to do the work. He is dedicated to doing the job right, as long as it's a job he loves. And for anyone that even remotely knows him, you know that the one thing he's committed to is cars, his Cooper in particular. To call him a gearhead is an understatement. He pretty much lives, breathes, eats, and sleeps cars. and it is truly impressive to see the dedication and level of enthusiasm that he is capable of feeling for automobiles. Caleb, as you leave this stage to begin the next big step in your life, look back on your days at Metro and remember how little you wanted to be here when you began and how proud you are to have graduated, and remember that you are capable of greatness as long as you convince yourself it's worth doing. Now just go out there and do it. I would give you advice to find a career in the automotive industry, but if you haven't figured that out about yourself yet, well, then there's really no hope for you at all. Congratulations.
Ben, that is best speech. That was awesome. Great. Good job, man. That is the best speech I've ever heard.
You're welcome. Mindy Hartman up, please.
Hello, I'm Mary Vizecki, and I'm joined on stage by Matt Seckel, and this is our graduate, Miss Mindy Hartman. I love lists. I am a self-proclaimed list maker, and I'm one of those list makers that writes in other things I've done not on the original list so that I can have the satisfaction of crossing them out. Lists help us be organized, feel less stress, and visually see what we've accomplished. A list-style graduation speech is what I would like to share with you from Mindy. Honestly, she has so many accomplishments that in the interest of time, I need to cut out superfluous words. Okay, here we go. Future Educator Achievement Award Scholarship, Cedar Rapids Board of Realtors Scholarship, Mary J. Boland Scholarship, CR Squared Award, Outstanding Service Award, Purple Tassel, Service Learning Participant, State Speech Qualifier in 2 events, Metro Theater cast member, Robotics Team Leader, Spokesperson, and Judge, moonlights as a Metro Phoenix in costume, work experience every term, Kirkwood classes, STEM Day at the Capitol representative, collaboration with Andy Marshall on the new Future Tech Challenge Scholarship, UNI acceptance, advisor, sad, but excited, proud, Matt, stoic. Mindy, dreams and heart, special education teacher, aspirations, integrity, articulate, mature, graduate. Cut to narrative. Mindy, in a recent reflection of your time at Metro, you shared that you were apprehensive about starting with us. In your words, before Metro, I felt I never fit into a school or community. For a long time, I felt I didn't have peers or teachers I could count on. Now, what do I think of Metro? Metro is the place where I fit in, I feel at home. I can count on any teacher wanting to better me as a student and community member. I couldn't feel happier about knowing that I will end on such an amazing note in a high school I will always love. I hope staff remember me as hardworking, dedicated, and despite all odds, still had a smile on my face. Mindy, through all the hardship in your life, you have remained unyielding in your pursuits, and yes, with a smile on your face. All the adversity you've endured has made you an incredibly strong person, so don't regret the struggles. All of it contributed to the smart, driven, talented, and creative young woman you are tonight. Mindy, fellow list maker, congratulations. I hope that the Phoenix and the Panther can get along because you are both forever. Ben Bentley Bueller.
Hi there. My name is Chuck Tonelli, and I teach science at Metro. I'm joined by Matt, who's Ben's advisor, and Ben, our graduate. Ben and Matt are a pair. Ben is Matt's advisee, and Matt is Ben's advisor. Ben, as is customary for many advisees, wanted Matt to speak for him tonight. Matt can't stand speaking in public, can hardly handle being up here in front of you all right now. In fact, several graduates tonight are Matt's advisees, but you won't hear from him tonight. This all being true, I am delighted and honored to speak about Ben's accomplishments and successes while at Metro. Ben has been a regular member of our robotics team, as well as all of his other classes he's attended at Metro. I'd like to take this opportunity to thank Ben's mom, Mary, and grandma and the rest of his family. Without their support and love, there is no doubt Ben would not have been here on the stage tonight. In addition, without their support, many traveling Metro Robotics students would have had no sugary snacks or soda to keep them going through the tough days of competition. You see, Ben's family would often send a care package with Ben to each of our robotics competitions. It was not just food and drinks for Ben, but for the whole team. This is a small gesture that means a lot and translates into a large lesson for our students as well as Ben. I'd like to speak some advice to Ben and the rest of his fellow graduates. My first word of advice is to listen to your supporters, especially your elders, and reject the naysayers. Ben, your family are your supporters. Although you may not always want to do what they suggest, remember that they, along with other adults in your life, are important to your success and often know things and see things differently than you can. My second word of advice is this. Take it from someone who knows something about hair care. Take better care of your hair. During Ben's time at Metro, participating in robotics, we have seen him chop, dye, crimp, spray paint, and even gloss up his hair. Knock it off. You don't want to end up looking like me. All joking aside, what's good for your hair is also good for your body. You and your fellow graduates have a long life ahead of you, but some of you are already taking your body and your hair for granted. Take care of yourself, body, mind, and spirit. Lastly, my third piece, learn from your mistakes, apply what you know, and keep moving forward. It has been a pleasure having you as an active part of our robotics team the past 3 years. You have learned a lot about robotics, engineering, programming, and yourself. Don't let those lessons get forgotten, and take advantage of life's opportunities. Congratulations. Blake Canavan.
Good evening. Joined on stage with the graduate Blake and Tara. Wow, Lisa, he made it. This is one of those moments that we were not sure would happen. As much as Blake, his mother Lisa, and myself wanted it to happen, being present at school, doing the work, and earning the credit was essential. For Blake, this became problematic, which in turn worried both his mother and myself. Blake, being the very laid-back, nonchalant type of guy, never really seemed worried. I'm not sure if he knew deep down inside that he would do it, or if he just liked to see his mother and I stressed out. Whichever the case, what matters most is that he did what was needed to be on this stage tonight and graduating. Backing up a little bit to when Blake arrived at Metro. Blake and his mother realized winter term, while he was still a Kennedy student, that a little extra work was needed for him to graduate on time this spring. They arrived at Metro and spoke with Dan Walsh and myself. We immediately signed Blake up for a language arts and math course on Apex. Blake went to town and impressed myself with his follow-through and academic abilities. Witnessing his accomplishments on Apex, I believed he would be just fine finishing at Kennedy and graduating this term. However, while Blake did very well with his online courses, His face-to-face classes were struggling. Therefore, in an effort to ensure graduating this term, he enrolled with us at Metro. Having worked with Blake, I asked to be his advisor. Looking at what little he had to finish, I thought, man, this is going to be a piece of cake. Fast forward now to a week ago. Blake was on the fence when it came to graduating tonight. His teachers, Ben, Chris, Donna, just kept reiterating he knows what he needs to do. His mother and I were in constant communication, as well as Blake and I. To our delight, Blake stepped it up and did what was needed to make it happen. Blake has plans to attend college for respiratory therapy. I have no doubt that he is capable of making this happen. My only piece of advice, please do not wait till the last minute. Do what is needed along the way. Congratulations and good luck. Nice job, sir. Go far. Janae Davison. Congratulations, Janae. I am very glad that you decided to be here tonight to receive the recognition you deserve. Graduating from high school is a major accomplishment. Whether it is done on time or not, the fact that you stuck with it and have done it is what matters. Your journey to this stage tonight has not been an easy one. One thing that I have learned about you is that you are a fighter who perseveres. Every time you were knocked down, you got back up. Sometimes it took longer than others, but the fact that you never let unfortunate circumstances keep you down says a lot about you. Though you didn't just get back up, you continued to keep working towards your goal of graduating, and that says even more. Though through everything, you maintained a positive attitude and outlook, which I admire in you. Graduating tonight is just one piece in the puzzle of life. Now, you need to decide what you will do next. Is it going to college right away or waiting a little while? Is it just joining the workforce or is it completing a training program? What is going to make you happy in life and what does that require? Once you answer those questions, you will have your next goal to focus on. After witnessing your drive and perseverance with your goal of graduating high school, I know that you will continue with the next goal as well. As you move on with your life, I ask that you continue to fight through the obstacles that will come your way, remembering that it's not just about getting up, but also about maintaining your focus and drive. You are a very bright young lady with great potential. Utilize that potential to the fullest, as it too can get you far. I wish you the best of luck as you move forward. Congratulations. Ryan Jones.
Hello, I'm joined on stage by Jeff Sabin and our graduate, Ryan Jones. Please take a moment to admire our graduate, Mr. Jones. The gown, the glasses, the cap. Doesn't he look dapper? If you would please, I'd like you to focus for a moment on that cap. It fits him well, doesn't it? Ryan wears a hat well. In fact, I've never seen him without one. This is not an exaggeration. Since Ryan began with us earlier this year, I have, no matter the weather, literally never seen him without a hat. Now, you may have heard the phrase, to wear many hats as a reference to someone who has many roles. And Ryan has many roles in life, so it's fitting that he's comfortable wearing these hats. At Metro, Ryan wears the hat of a student. He's intelligent, he's focused, and he's determined. Once, after some absences due to an illness, I emailed his math teacher, Jeff, to ask how his credit was looking. Jeff responded that Ryan's grade in the class had dropped to 98.5%. We weren't sure how he was going to come back from that. At home, Ryan wears the hats of both son and brother. He is responsible, caring, and dedicated. His mom has expressed her appreciation for the important roles he plays at home. Ryan, these hats are familiar to you, and you wear them all well. I hope next to see you in a different hat, one that a college student might wear. I think you'd look good in it. Congratulations, Ryan, on your graduation. Our next graduate is Stone Shoup.
Good evening. I am, again, Mary Vizecki, and I'm joined on stage by Heather Trilk, and this is our graduate, Stone Shoup. I'm not a mother, but I've heard from parents that it is a refreshing and inspiring experience to see the world through the eyes of a child. It's like discovering the ordinary all over again and suddenly seeing it as extraordinary. Ladies and gentlemen, I've had the privilege of seeing the world through the eyes of Stone Shoup, which is, I would argue, equally renewing. Let me explain. Stone has excellent perspective. At senior reception last week, he was eating a cupcake with a decorative wrapper. As he was unfolding it, he said, with a designer's eye, "This wrapper pattern would make a very cute skirt." Indeed, upon looking closer, it would have made a killer skirt. Giving him a ride home from senior reception, we drove on Ellis by all of the houseboats, and he picked out a pink and green double-decker houseboat and immediately began moving in his mind. I'd probably driven by those houseboats dozens of times, but I don't think I ever really looked. Next time, I'll pick one out for myself too. Seeing the world through the eyes of Stone has truly been a gift. Stone is just one of those 1 in a million students whose joy actually radiates from him and affects others. In fact, as Heather and I are standing here on stage with Stone, we are happier. Audience, do you feel the joy? Do you feel the joy? Coming out of every spray tan pore, Stone is joyful, and that is brilliant. This term, Stone joined the theater crew and was an integral member of the cast of our spring show, Other. He bravely took on an individual piece about the Stonewall riots of 1969 in New York City, which is considered the single most important event leading to the gay liberation movement. He donned a pink dress, clip-on earrings, a gorgeous red wig, and patent leather heels. He became one of those Greenwich Village queens, and in playing that role, he learned more about himself and how empowering it can be to express who you really are. At curtain call, the crowd roared with applause for him. After the show, Stone wrote these words in reflection of the performance as well as his time at Metro. "I would like to thank all staff for letting me join the Metro family and adding to my high school life. Thanks again for everything to get me graduated. Once a Phoenix, always a Phoenix. Much love and appreciation, Stone Shoup." Stone, Heather and I want to remind you of your own words, which are so fitting tonight as well as for your future. We're going to do this collectively because this is your signature quote. Just be yourself.
And don't ever let anyone knock you off your throne of being fabulous.
Congratulations. Danny Everts.
Good evening. My name is Melinda. I'm joined with the graduate Danny and teacher Sarah Sullivan. Danny spent 2 years at Metro High School. Teachers would say that Danny is a quiet student who prefers to work alone or in small groups. Danny came to Metro with the goal of finishing high school. He started with a typical full-day schedule, but that did not fit how Danny learns best. Danny's school attendance went up and down for the last couple years. Phone calls and home visits kept Danny, Mom Lisa, and I communicating and focusing on Danny's goal. Last year, we tried a class in the Metro Learning Center. This class format and the way it was approached matched Danny's learning style, and he was very successful. This year, throughout his schedule, we continued the Learning Center style approach in Danny's schedule. This enabled Danny to maximize the time he spent with us and maximize the credit he earned. We are very proud of Danny for sticking with his coursework. He followed through with his goal, and he finished his high school diploma. I know he enjoys working with his hands, and he loves working on cars. He is unsure of what he's going to do next, but I know he plans to work full-time, hopefully a job working on cars. Congratulations on earning your high school diploma. Continue to follow through with your career goals and follow through in life. We are proud of you.
Forrest Shoup.
Just don't have the purple backdrop. I'm not reading all this, Tim, don't worry. There are a few things I can say without hesitation about Forrest. He has impeccable handwriting, cursive at that. Most kids can't even read it these days. As a teacher, that's something I appreciate. He has a good heart. He is also firm in his beliefs. Forrest believes what he wants, regardless of any facts she may throw out there to challenge his beliefs. I learned the hard way that no amount of work on anyone's part will change what Forrest believes unless or until he opens himself up to accepting or adopting new beliefs. Example, I believe the following conversation took place nearly every day that Forrest attended school this year. Forrest, Sarah, when am I going to graduate? Me. Forrest, when are you going to make graduation happen? Forrest, why can't I graduate now? I have enough credits. To his credit, this was partially true. Forrest came into this term with 331.75 credits under his belt, but still needed to complete 23 credits in specific areas to earn his diploma. Forrest, I'm pretty sure we both walked away from several of these conversations wanting to bang our heads against a wall. Finally, after many conversations this term, and with the unbelievable support of Richard and his wife, both of whom have been phenomenal advocates for you and for Metro staff in helping you, Forrest underwent a metamorphosis, or one could say, at the credit Mary V, a formorphosis. Gotcha. A metamorphosis is defined by Webster's as a marked and abrupt developmental change in character or circumstances. Forrest, you went from being a disengaged, disconnected, and passive student to becoming a positive leader in class who motivated and actually encouraged other students to actively participate. You really stepped up to the plate the day you accepted and began to believe that you were truly the only person who was standing between you and this stage tonight. As you continue on your journey, remember, 1, you're smarter than you give yourself credit for. 2, holding on to beliefs doesn't make them true and doesn't always serve our best interests. 3, continue to surround yourself with people you can trust and those who have your best interests in mind. And never forget to thank the people who have pushed and will push you to become a better version of yourself. Congratulations, Forrest. You have absolutely earned your diploma tonight. Matt Oster?
Joined on stage with Matt and then Dan Walsh. J.D. Salinger is quoted with, "What really knocks me out is a book that, when you're all done reading it, you wish the author that wrote it was a terrific friend of yours and you could call him up on the phone whenever you felt like it. That doesn't happen much, though. When it does happen, it can begin much like this. A young man continues his education at Metro and shares his philosopher's heart and the kindness that radiates from him. In the process of taking a philosophy class to deepen his characters and meeting a writing mentor, Matt has developed a strong framework for his manuscript. He is an individual who is extremely conscious of the thought needed in decisions. He is considerate of others' opinions and willing to discuss opposing viewpoints. In one discussion, a teacher noted Matt's ability to see the good in people and that he is an eternal optimist. Matt appreciates the beauty in all things, the sip of an excellent tea, and the challenge of quality literature. He traveled to Japan, which began his journey as a citizen of the world, as he recognizes there is so much more to explore and understand. It is our distinct pleasure to have been a chapter in the book of your life, Matt. Thank you. Phil Henley.
I am joined on stage by Gary Miller and our graduate, Phil Henley. As I was writing this speech, so many things were kind of buzzing through my head. The problem is, you simply cannot describe Phil. Doing so will result in a definite misunderstanding of who this young man is. I will guarantee you that tonight, no matter what you think of him after the speech is over, you will not have an accurate picture or a solid understanding of Phil. And let me be clear, I in no way think that I have an accurate picture of Phil. And he loves that, so that's perfect. As I prepare to write a speech, I often jot down notes. Let me rattle off the accumulated notes I had for Phil's speech. Chess, Neo from the Matrix, ACTs, elusive. If those notes don't say great speech, I don't know what does. Let me address each of these in no particular order and with no particular link among them, as is perhaps fitting. Phil is a pretty solid chess player. He did not beat Gary in their most recent matchup, or otherwise Gary would be here giving this speech. But he's good. He has an analytic mind and a sense of strategy. Phil, for most of a trimester, upon greeting, would simply respond, "I am Neo," and keep walking. I'm positive there was a deeper meaning that I was unable to discern, and I dwell on it to this day. Phil recently took the ACTs as he prepared for college. I heard about his scores and congratulated him. He replied with a somewhat disturbed and confused look on his face, "They're not that great." Phil is elusive and mysterious. I rarely have any idea what he's thinking at any given moment. He keeps me constantly guessing, and he keeps me often entertained. A true delight. Phil, please, please keep in touch after you leave Metro. You are an uncategorizable and indescribable young person, and I cannot wait to see the mark you leave on the world. Congratulations on your graduation, Phil. I wish you the very best. Our next graduate is Grant Karstens.
Some speeches write themselves. Others are a little trickier. Grant, yours was a bit tricky. Grant asked me to speak for him because he said he felt that I could best appreciate how far he's come as a student. But the problem is that I just can't really remember him as anything other than polite and focused and productive. He claims I had him in class his first term here. I have little recollection of this. I have the impression that he wasn't exactly the model student. But the thing is, you see, when I really think about Grant, I can't make that memory make sense. Doing some research, I went back and looked at my comments from his evaluations, and I wrote nothing on his first term's report, which is pretty telling, I guess. But on his second term, I wrote, somewhat threateningly, Grant, now that I know what you're capable of, I will be expecting you to show it from now on. This would strongly indicate that he wasn't the best student when he first enrolled. And by that, I suppose I mean he didn't try in class, mostly because I just don't think he saw the point. I haven't had him in class this whole year, but saw him during passing time almost every day, and it was clear that whatever kind of student he might have been, he was now ready and focused on being as productive and respectful as possible. And so it's hard for me to really believe that he ever was anything other than the young man I would see in the halls. And the only reason that he began acting this way is because, at some level, he understood and appreciated why he was in school. Not all of us are destined for the honor roll or AP classes, and sometimes that seems like the only reason to do well in school. Grant, you learned another reason to do well in school, to be a good person, to acknowledge the areas of your life that you would like to improve and to dedicate yourself to those improvements, to envision a future that would make you happy and figure out what you need to do to make that future a reality. Academically, you are as strong now as you are when you started, but what has changed is the direction and the motivation you have to put these talents to use. Doing well in school is no longer the end result, but rather a means to an end. Grant, I hear you have plans to attend Kirkwood and work on auto body. This comes as no surprise to me, and it's a plan I fully endorse. You have a great work ethic and an easygoing, respectful, and pleasant personality, and these two areas will serve you well in this field. I wish I had some parting wisdom to guide you, but frankly, I don't think you need any. You have shown yourself what you are capable. There's no stopping you now. Congratulations. Dwayne Gibbs, please.
Hi, Mary Vizecki, and I'm joined on stage by Matt Seckel, and this is our graduate, Dwayne Gibbs. Dwayne Gibbs. Whenever his name was mentioned, staff would say things like, smart kid, good worker. Dwayne, didn't he beat Gary Miller in chess once? Or, man, that young man can really grow an impressive beard. Dwayne, no matter what comment was made, it was always positive. When Dwayne came to Metro, he wasn't sure what to expect. Believe it or not, Dwayne's time at Metro and his initial uncertainty about coming here reminds me of the hit show The Walking Dead, which, if you are not familiar, is about a zombie apocalypse. Dwayne has read the graphic novel that the show is based on, and he and I would often talk about the twists and turns of the plot. Who killed Karen and David? Who is feeding the zombies through the fence? Should Carol be teaching the kids how to use weapons? I loved these conversations with Dwayne because he always had an insightful perspective. In season 4, episode 3, Herschel gives a powerful speech that I think relates to your Metro journey. Let me set the scene. The group is holed up in an abandoned prison, trying to protect themselves from the zombies, or the walkers as they are called. There's a sickness that has begun to spread throughout the prison, and when you die, you come back as a zombie, so needless to say, it's a bad situation. Herschel has some medical training, and he wants to risk his own life to go care for the sick, hoping they will get better. Rick, Herschel, if you go in there, you're gonna get sick. Herschel, we don't know that. What we do know is that these people's symptoms need to be controlled. Rick, Herschel, please, we can wait. Herschel, listen, you step outside, you risk your life. You take a drink of water, you risk your life. And nowadays you breathe and you risk your life. Every moment now, you don't have a choice. The only thing you can choose is what you're risking it for. Now I can make these people feel better and hang on a little bit longer. I can save lives. That's reason enough to risk mine, and you know that. Dwayne, you weren't sure what to think when you came to Metro, and during your time with us, you took risks, big risks. Maybe you didn't put on a mask and head into an infected cell block, but you came to school when it was hard to push yourself to do so. You allowed your teachers to get to know you a bit, and you joined the robotics team, and you played Gary Miller in chess, and you offered your thoughts in discussions when normally you were a quiet presence. All of it took guts, and all of it took you out of your comfort zone. Dwayne, you risked a lot, and I hope in the process you discovered, like Herschel did, what you were risking it for. You are on the stage tonight, and you should be so proud of yourself. So, in true Walking Dead style, I have 3 questions for you on your graduation day, modified after Sheriff Rick's questions he asked every new person he met. Rick asked, how many walkers have you killed? How many people have you killed? Why? And my questions for you are, how many credits have you earned? How many goals have you reached? Why? You know the answers, Dwayne. Carry those answers with you as you move forward. Congratulations. Brittany Arsenal.
Welcome to Iowa was something that Brittany was greeted with not quite 10 months ago. When this Texas transplant joined Metro, she did so in full ready mode. I believe during her first or second week, she was interviewed on TV for the Mural Project. That was simply the beginning of her commitment to Metro. Brittany and I first met at the 6 a.m. Y Fitness class that took place 3 times a week in the fall. While we walked miles, we talked about moving to Iowa, the reason for moving closer, and what else Metro had to offer. She became active with robotics, outdoor ed, entrepreneurship, and so much more. While working, spending time with her family, and staying busy with school activities, Brittany has also maintained the firm plans of entering the Army after graduation to follow in the footsteps of her father, grandfather, and others before them. With eventual plans of becoming an Army JAG, lawyer in civilian terms, Brittany is a role model for her twin sisters. She speaks of her family with great pride, and it is easy to see how much they all care for one another. It has been a whirlwind for the family since moving to Iowa, but Brittany has taken it all in stride, and we are glad that Brittany was willing to become a spokesperson and participant of Metro's opportunities. Congratulations. Just simple. Eric View.
We made it, didn't we? Yep. I'm Jerry Nelson. This is still Chuck. And this is Eric View. Eric View. Right, Vicki? Okay. Somehow being last seems appropriate for Eric. Eric asked me to speak for him at the end of the winter graduation. I said, yes, every day. You got the speech? You got the speech? You got your speech written? You got the speech? So as today's approach, I started checking and I began to ask, have you completed all your work, Eric? Well, yeah. Not the case. So I had to make that phone call to Mom and said, doesn't look like he's going to make it. She said, really? I said, don't look like he's going to make it. However, Eric kept telling me, I'm going to do it, Jerry. I'm going to do it. And you know, at Metro, we believe in our students. Several teachers set concrete deadlines, and one teacher drew a line in the stand and set a timer. You will do this by the end. Okay, that was last Thursday. Eric kept saying he can do it. One particular teacher said, Jerry, I think he can do it. Again, we believe in you. Okay, last Friday, he took work home. Tuesday, he had to redo work because it was incorrect. However, he continued to work to finish all the other assignments. Today, he finished the remainder of the assignments, took 3 tests. And today at 12:09 p.m., I got to make that call to say he made it. Eric, this demonstrates what kind of student you can be when you put your mind to it, okay? Now, remember the last thing you asked me to keep your speech under 22 minutes? Yeah. Yeah, okay, okay. Well, homie, stick this little fork, because we done, okay?
Now it's that time. Graduates, can you please stand? Please move your tassels to your left. Congratulations, class of 2014.